My Wi-Fi was on, right? Yeah, okay, good.
Are we live?
We're live!
We're live for realsies?
For realsies this time!
We're live!
We're
We're actually live! Whoa. We're two chicks in a pod. We'll wait. When people do lives, whenever I join, they always are like, oh, I'll wait till a couple people get here. You know?
I know, I get that, but then like normally when they say I'll wait for a couple people to get here, I'm like,
bye.
Hurry the fuck up and start talking already.
I always just leave.
So. I know, because like a lot of times I'll see people like, we're gonna wait, and then they just sit in silence, and it's like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
What did I show up for?
Yeah. Hey, Cindy, thanks for joining us. And John's here.
Hey, John.
We know it's not bedtime, but like, you're here with us. And this cat.
I think Chach is here too. Hi, Chach.
No way.
What's up? What's up?
We miss that mustache, man.
Yeah.
That mustache. Anyways, we're two chicks in a pod. We've got a cat on the pod.
Yeah. She's lonely. Her litter mate's left, and she's the last one to go. Nobody wants a little black kitty, unfortunately. So
if anybody wants a black kitty, Chach, if you need somebody to keep you company.
Yeah, look how cute she is.
Okay, so we're going to get right into the questions. There's a lot of them. A lot of them are from Jennifer, and we love you for that, Jennifer.
Yeah.
So Cindy's was the first one, which was like fight, which I asked her to elaborate, and she said, like, just talk about these things. We will get to that after we address all these questions, but Real John B said MK Ultra. So
that's a very interesting one.
Yeah, I don't really know what we can talk about on that.
Yeah, because there's like different aspects of the MK Ultra. Like, do you want to talk about the MK Ultra now? You want to talk about the MK Ultra where it started?
Yeah.
With the MDMA and the acid and shit. Like, there's a lot to unpack there.
There's a lot to unpack.
So that might just be like an episode where we just dive right into MK Ultra, because there's a lot. There's a lot of history there.
But I feel like we really did kind of dive into it a lot on conspiracy theories episode. Did we not? Like,
yeah, but I guess
there's
like
more. There's always.
There's more, and I feel like I could have done a better job explaining like where it originated from.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need to go to the bathroom?
Yeah. Oh, not me.
Do you? I'm just gonna put her
okay.
down real quick.
Okay. I'll address this one question because I'm a parent, and D'Amber asked us. She wanted us to talk about parenting in this crazy world we live in, and I gotta tell ya, it's difficult. Okay. My child does not really have access to internet at my house. I can't say the same for her with her father, but she does like online gaming, but I've disabled all chats on my PSN pretty much. And yeah, she doesn't have a tablet or a phone. She's 10. I'm trying to keep her away from the internet for as long as possible. And then I've actually been working on a course that'll be teachable to like all children. I have a lot of projects on the go, but I'm working on a course of like internet safety for teens. So I'm going to teach that to her once I finally get her a phone, and then, yeah. Anyway, do you have any comments about parenting in this crazy world we live in from D'Amber?
Yeah, no, that's a tough one. Times have changed. They're not changed. They have changed. Parenting has changed a lot, and I just think that no matter what judgments you might get from other parents, stay true to yourself and what you feel is right for your children, even if it goes against the grain of everything people are doing with their kids nowadays, like meaning like giving their kids phones when they're 10, 9, 8. Keeping them off the internet as long as possible.
Or giving them tablets when they're 4, 5, 6, just to get them away from you. Like, I'm super not into that kind of parenting. I get it. Like, there are times where you're like, okay, here, watch this video for an hour while I get this work done. Like, that to me is whatever. Like, you got to do what you got to do. But parents who like, for 8 hours a day, their kid is on a tablet, and then when they go to the park, they're on the tablet. When they come to the mall, they're on the tablet. They're in the car, they're on the tablet. Like, I see glued faces to tablets, and I don't like it.
Yeah, no, I don't like it either. And like the tablet thing, like, yeah, it's hard. but it just means like you need to step up your game as a parent.
Be more attentive.
And be more attentive. And two, like I think if we were more attentive to our children and didn't use technology as babysitters so much, we would have a lot more, or kids with less issues, you know, less that are looking for that constant attention.
Actually, and I do have a funny just like anecdote about parenting. So like I took my daughter to the playground a little while ago, and there's these kids, like these teenage boys. I'd say they're probably 12, 15, younger than 15, but around 12. Anyways, they were saying all kinds of names to me, like go fuck you, suck my dick, like whatever. So I'm an adult, and they must have thought I was kind of a teenager. I was kind of dressed like with a hoodie and just some leggings, and you know, they thought that Remy was my sister. Which, thanks for the compliment, but don't fucking swear at me and my kids. So I looked one of these kids dead in the eye and said, you know, I work with your dad, and he's not going to be very happy to know how you're talking to people at the playground. Now, I was lying, but I had a feeling that someone I work with knew these kids from the neighborhood we were in. Point of the story is, kids are freaking jerk assholes when the parents aren't around at the playground. But what made them go away is that I pulled out my phone. And then they ran away because they thought I was going to record them. So, like, there's a new level to, like, parenting. Like, all you have to do is pull out a phone and be like, I'll record you. Like, and that's, like, the ultimate, like, embarrassment now. So
it is. But, like, things that I've seen, though, too, is, like, parents have taken pictures of kids being little assholes and posting it on social media. And then you get, like, the other parents coming on, like, how dare you? That's
invasion of privacy.
And it's like, okay, but parent your little assholes better.
Yeah, tell your kids not to tell me to, you know, like, what the
suck a dick.
That should not be coming out of your kid's mouth. Like, and, you know, I don't know. Anyway, okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Do we live in a simulation?
No,
I don't think we live in a simulation. I think we're just in an unfortunate society reality. Gotta go travel, ladies. Great podcast. Just give the cat to the tea for now. I'll figure it out. Will do, sir. Yeah. Thanks for joining us today. We're gonna post this, so you'll be able to see it after it's live.
Yeah. As for the simulation part, I think that's a great point and something that I would really like to elaborate on more on another episode of just like the things that I've learned about the world recently. And I don't think this is gonna sound crazy, but like I don't think humans are native to Earth. So it's gonna get.
We're gonna talk about it.
Into
I just can't believe you said that.
I don't think we're native to Earth, to the planet Earth, and I think that we were put here maybe as like an experiment to see what we would do, given like our moral compasses, and like this is where we're seeing a lot of like the good versus evil right now, and that's where a lot of things are unraveling in the world, and it's a lot to unpack. So we'll talk about it on an episode. We'll dedicate an episode to it. I think you're all gonna be like, this bitch is fucking crazy.
Like, I dive into conspiracy theories, but she has like leveled up past me. So anyways, moving on. We're gonna talk about it. Yeah. Do you believe our vote counts here in Canada? Is the system corrupt? Could voting backfire? All I have to say, Dominion voting systems, y'all.
Yeah. And I mean, just look at everything that's happening in the world right now, and
in the United States,
and in Afghanistan, and now you are holding an election.
And in Myanmar had, I think, Dominion as well.
Yeah, and like again though, is it just a distraction? Like, so was him putting on an election a distraction from Afghanistan, or was an Afghanistan a distraction from what's happening in Canada? Like, I think it's all connected somehow. I just haven't figured out which way it's connected. Yeah, but it's fucked up.
It's
bad.
Yeah.
Bad. It's really bad.
D'Amber, you're going to have to catch when we post this, because we already addressed your question. Love you. I just want people to look into Dominion voting systems. Look up Mike Lindell and the Dominion voting systems, and look up what's going on in Maricopa County, Arizona. There is huge audits of the fraud that has gone on these Dominion voting systems, and they are easily hackable by anyone, including me. Like, literally the dumbest computer I've researched this like to an extent, and so you should too if you so I wish everyone recognized the voting issues and not vote. See, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, we're not gonna get enough people on board. You know what I mean? Like, the world is so brainwashed. And this is
exactly why he called it and called it in such a short span. So everybody's just gonna be running around with their head like chickens with their heads cut off, not knowing what to do.
Yeah, it would be so awesome if no one showed up. But Lord knows that the liberals are going to go out in droves to vote for their religious cult of the liberals, right? Because it's not politics anymore. It's freaking religions and cults of people. And anyway, moving on. What's your all-time favorite meal? Keeping it light. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to keep it light, but we're going to address, okay. So what's your favorite meal all time?
Oh, damn.
I know. I'm just going to say
mine.
Can
I just like a few? I have a few.
Yeah.
So, like, I freaking love pierogies. Pierogies and smokies is, like, such a good meal. And tacos. Tacos. So
That's
good.
my number one. Number one meal is tacos. Like, whether it's a taco bake, taco hard shell, soft shell, taco salad, fuck me up tacos. Like,
oh, fuck yeah.
Fuck me up tacos. Yeah. But pierogies are a hard hitter.
And, like, the no-name brand from Superstore, I don't know, like, damn, those slap.
They do fucking slap. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna have pierogies later. But actually, no, because the next question. Does pineapple belong on pizza? What's your what honestly, what kind of question is that?
Tonight's meal is inspired by Jen's question.
Pineapple on pizza.
Of course it belongs on pizza.
Yeah.
You get pineapple.
Yeah.
On your pizza.
Pineapple. Only pineapple, though. I don't fuck around with other fruits. Like, people who make fruit pizzas, like, get out of here. You're breaking my heart.
It's, and, like...
I'm glad you like it, too. I'm really glad. We're really glad you like it, too, Jen.
And it slaps in the morning, too. Like, it's, like, fruit. It's, like... And then, like, it's good cold. It's good warmed up. It's just...
Honestly, my favorite is, like, a cold piece of pineapple pizza. And it's just juicy in your mouth.
It brings me back to, like, so many childhood memories because, like, Pizza Hut was such a big treat when I'd go visit my dad. And, in the morning it was either, like, waffles, another huge treat, or we'd eat cold pizza, and that just...
Sydney doesn't like pineapple on pizza? How? What?
Yeah,
How are you related?
I know. For the longest time, she didn't like tomatoes either. Like, my dad and I's taste buds are very similar, and Sydney's, I don't know where you came from, Sydney.
Where'd that tongue at? Where'd that come from? Okay. Next one. When your hair turns gray, will you dye it or embrace it? I'm embracing it. I'm blonde, so it's easy for me to embrace it. What about you?
Yeah, like, I have a mousy color already, so I feel like it's really going to be hard to see my grays, but I guess it just depends. Like, if I don't know, I like to do pretty low maintenance hair colors.
Yeah,
like, I only color it, like, once a year, maybe, sometimes longer, so I guess... Yeah. I'm not scared of going gray by any means.
I'm, like, pumped. Like, I hope that my hair is, like, long and healthy when it goes gray so that, like, I can live my dream of having gray hair. Because, like, everybody knows that to get gray hair, it's, like, processing, right? So it's, like, a $700 thing. And so, I'm pumped for gray. I mean, we'll see when we get there. Who knows if my,
Yeah, like, at this point, like, it's... any day now kind of thing. Like, when are they gonna start popping up?
Yeah,
but
right?
I guess, and I don't even know, like, my mom's hair is not, well, she dyed it so much, but I don't think it was, like, super gray, and she did have quite a few kids, so I know that can kind of play a factor. But
my mom has, like, some grays here and, like, here, but, like, they're not really noticeable.
And your dad's not super gray, is he?
No, he has a few grays, and they stick out really lots because he has really black hair.
Yeah. So you might not even see gray for a bit. I guess probably your grandparents, but
yeah. My grandparents had decent hair.
We'll see what happens.
So Sydney said, "Oh, Canadian pizza only gross." John, I like anchovy on pizza. Yes, you are very weird. And John is going great, and he's embracing it. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. Yeah. Oh, Sydney, you have some, but that's because you got some kids, man. Like, yeah. I think that's my trick, because I only had one kid, so it won't go great. Any day now. Yeah, right? Okay, next. What are your go-tos to boost your immune system? I love this question because I really want to answer it, but I don't really know. Because I was doing emergency every single morning, and now we've learned that emergency may not be the best for you. It's full of sugar, and it's not really as much vitamin C as you think you're getting.
Yeah, it's not concentrated. It's just a lot of, you're just expelling most of it anyways.
Yeah, so I would say just like research that and go to Nutters. We went to Nutters last week and found lots of really cool.
Yeah. So natural ways to boost your immune system would be eating healthy. So disregard the Pizza Hut because I'm not eating healthy. Exercising regularly. That I find really keeps me feeling in my best shape. Drinking lots of water. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Supplementing where you need. That's like supplementing in itself can sometimes, you can overdo it too if your body's not lacking anything. But like vitamin D is really good. Getting outside, getting fresh air, all those things are good natural immune boosters that are easy and cheap. We really sleep on how much sleep is important to a healthy immune system too, and like trying to lower your stress levels and stuff like that as well are all really great things for boosting your immune system.
Yeah, so
naturally and cheap.
Nutters is our fave now too. Like, I'm overwhelmed by how much good stuff they have. And then Cindy says vitamin D, probiotic, and lysine.
Lysine, yeah.
I'll have to check into vitamin D for sure. I know, and probiotics are obviously
good probiotics are super great for your.
I don't know what that other thing is. I don't know what lysine is.
That's something that I swear that was like something that we would give to cats with like kind of like sinus infection stuff for whatever reason. That's what I'm remembering.
We'll have to look up.
But yeah, no, there's lots of great things that you can do to naturally boost your immune system.
And lighten up therapy and Vermilion. Therapy is probably good for your immune system. I don't know if that's a therapy place, but I'm sure that healing your trauma is probably
even
good.
Counseling is probably good for your immune system because it's lowering your stress levels, right?
And okay, we're gonna look up that, Cindy. Yeah. Okay, we don't know. Love you. Do you think the body has a natural detox cycle, and that's why we have cold and flu season? That's a very interesting question.
It is interesting because our liver and our kidneys are constantly detoxing us, but I think,
and so before like COVID, I never really got sick. I got sick maybe like I would get sick once every 2 years. So maybe that's my detox cycle. Like, I don't know. Because I don't get sick every year.
Like, it depends. Like, it's hard because, like, we do a lot of things to ourselves that suppress our immune systems. Like, if you have, like, more stress, like, kids going back to school is kind of a stressful time, you know, for families. Getting them ready for that. Drinking alcohol suppresses our immune systems for up to 24 hours. So, and like obviously like the seasons too, like when it gets colder, it's harder on our immune systems too. Days are getting shorter. It's kind of a depressive. You're getting into like for some people a depression season.
Getting less sun too for Canadians. Like,
I think that has a lot to do with it too. But yeah, I think a lot of us need to take accountability for our health more too.
Oh, absolutely.
And that would really, I think, help with flu seasons as well.
And I think Sydney did a Google for us because she said L-lysine is an amino acid. So I'll have to look into that still. I don't still know. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Boost your immune system. Have either of you tried Reiki healing?
Reiki.
or any form of energy healing. No, I have not, but I am very interested in it. Very interested in it. Have you ever done either of those?
No, I haven't done any like actual Reiki, but I do definitely believe in it 100%, and the energy work, it's real. So it's definitely something to look into.
Yeah, I want to do a shaman healing. I don't know if there's a shaman. Jen, please remind me to text you about the shaman in Lloydminster. Yeah, we got to talk about that.
I think my biggest problem with that stuff is like it's not that I'm skeptical of Reiki itself. I'm skeptical of all the people that, see it as a way to make money easily. Like I feel like sometimes like I'm not saying everybody's like that, but like sometimes I feel like people aren't doing it with the best intention sometimes. So that's where like I like to do my research first.
Like, are you just doing Reiki because you think you're gonna get money, or because if the person performing it doesn't believe in it, then you're fucked both ways. Like,
well, it's just one of those things. Like, it's an easy thing to be able to like say you can do, and I don't think it's really like governed by anything. So it's kind of like when I was looking into like equine chiropractics, I realized that I could go take an equine chiro course and then go and teach it myself. And I said, that didn't sit right with me. Like, that's dangerous.
So like,
I could go take a course and be like, hey, I'm a master, I'm going to go teach it now. Like, that's not right.
But then again, look at how many people do that when it comes to like, the beauty industry. They take a course and they're like, oh yeah, I watched 8 YouTube videos and then they mailed me a certificate. Like, because that's how some of these courses are, not gonna lie. And then because you see like, oh, you have a certificate? And then like, now that I know that, like, what's behind certain certificates, I'm like, but did you? Like, I don't know. But that's just me. But
it's hard, like, learning from like online courses and stuff like that too, like, because you don't have anybody actually sitting there over top of you watching you work.
That's Jen's problem too, is she's hesitant to just try anyone, but she wants to try it, so.
Yeah, hey girl, if you are interested, we can talk and
because you know a person, don't you?
I know. I'm the more I'm getting into that side of things, the more I'm learning and more people I'm getting in contact with. So
sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. Just one more question. What's the time are we? Oh, 21 minutes. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I know.
Did you reset it?
No, I turned the quality down so it's just able to record longer.
Oh, nice.
I know. So we're not going to be HD on YouTube, but who gives a fuck? Like, we can now do it easier.
Literally, who looks at it and be like, they didn't record in HD.
I know, right? If you really want to see me in HD, my mustache, I'll send you a selfie. Like, hello. How did the two of you meet, and what made you decide to do a pod? That's all the questions, but that's the last one. Now, how did we meet? Partying.
Yeah, so I met you at your house, your townhouse.
Fiveplex.
Yeah, whatever.
That's what I call it.
That weird thing behind the bus depot.
Yeah. My propane tanks got stolen all the time. We
met there. I went there for a party, I think, and then we went to the bar.
Right. The guy you were seeing at the time brought you, I think.
Yeah.
And it's history from there. So we met partying. We clicked.
Well,
we clicked after we hated each other.
Yeah.
I didn't like her at first, but all my questions. Thanks for answering. You're welcome, Jen. Thanks for supporting us and watching us. And we all support. Like, anybody who supports us, we love you. We love you so much.
Yeah.
Like, we're just two chicks doing a pod. And the reason we started doing a pod was because, we have, as you might have heard in this one, we have very different ideas about the world, society, health, than a lot of the mainstream. Mm-hmm. Now, we're not alone. Like, there's hundreds of people, thousands, millions of people like us, but not in our, like, area. And so we just felt that this, we just felt like we had something to offer that a lot of people aren't doing.
Yeah. Like, honestly, like, my intentions for this podcast, like, I didn't make a podcast with Amanda or decide to do a podcast with Amanda thinking, like, oh, wow, we're going to get so popular. And because really, like, we created This podcast knowing that we'd probably be unpopular.
Yeah.
Because we want to talk about hard things and things that people don't want to talk about. Things that people just want to turn a blind eye to. And I think that's like a big problem in today's society is people are so disconnected from themselves and they just fill themselves with fillers. Like, you know, I hear a lot of like influencers being like, oh, my page isn't here to talk about politics, or my page isn't here to talk about serious things. I just want it to be fun and fluffy. And that's great. That's great for you. But problem is too much fluffiness in the world, and we're not taking things seriously anymore, and we're not looking into things ourselves anymore. We're just too bandwagoning, you know, hurrah, hurrah, oh, this is what we're doing now. You know, we're seeing that now with like even like the residential schools. You know, everybody was all like shocked when it was 200. Now we're up to what, 5,000 bodies have been found, and silence. I've hardly seen anything about it. Yeah. So it's like these things.
Yeah, why? Because the fucking...
Your mainstream media daddy isn't telling you to fucking spread it around.
It's like, not trendy to care about the kids anymore. Yeah. Like, I can't... And that's the thing. Like, when I watch people struggle, like, oh, social media is so hard to do. It's hard to do when you're trying to fucking fake it all the time. It's easy if you're real because you're like, oh, I'm gonna share this because it's serious and I feel like I want to share it with people. And yeah, if you're fucking faking it every single day, like, what do the people want to see? It's a lot harder.
Well, you can see that, like, a lot of these people, like, they don't even have original content for themselves either. Like, they just all copy each other, like, all the, like, the reels that they're putting out. And it's like, if you're gonna copy something, at least like give credit where credit's due. Like when you see something off like TikTok, or it's like, oh, I like this. Like whenever I see like a TikTok or like a reel and I think it's really funny, it's like, oh, okay, so like what can I like, you know, because there's always like trending like songs and stuff and people have their own takes on it. But like now it's like everybody just literally, it's like copies each other almost reel for real. And it's like, or TikTok for TikTok, and it's like, man, where's the originality anymore? Like where's the creativity, or you know, and what's the point if you're not going to be creative with it?
That's one of the main reasons that I like deleted. It was so easy for me to delete TikTok because like everybody's just doing the same fucking dance. Everybody,
and pretty much half the reels that I see that these influencers put out, it's like, yeah, I've seen that 5 times already.
Yeah, like don't you want to be someone who's like, oh wow, that's the first time I saw that.
Yeah, or like, that was super funny. Or like when you see something, it's like, oh, that was funny, and then you see it like 20 million times. It's like, oh, okay, no, it's just a trend that everybody's doing right now.
Yeah. And so like in essence, we started a podcast to rock the... I'm just kidding. We don't want to rock the boat, but the boat's getting rocked without us even trying because these people dig their own holes all day by lying to each other's fucking faces. Like, I can't. Okay, I can't.
Yeah, the animosity between actually all these girls that support each other is pretty intense, and it's embarrassing, and it's an eye opener. It's like, it's not embarrassing. It is embarrassing because
it's embarrassing for them, but
it's girl power, hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. We're all supporting each other, but meanwhile we're all putting knives in our backs. And like one thing that I'll like to say is like with Amanda and I, like we can have like serious conversations. We piss each other off. We'll, you know, like, no, you're being fucking stupid. Yeah. Listen up. And, you know, and like, there's been plenty of times where I've come into your office or come to you afterwards and been like, sorry if that was really insensitive the way I came across that. Because my problem is I can get my conviction across very clear and strong. Most of the time, my part that I'm struggling and learning to get better at is to have the compassion side to it instead of just being, you know.
And for me, like I like to make everything a joke. Like everything's funny. Like, but that's my defense mechanism because when I'm arguing with someone, it's like, well, what about this? Ha ha, you know, like that's just whatever. But again, we can argue about things and disagree with things and still come back and like, and that's what I don't like. If I lied to her every day, I would start resenting her. You know what I mean? Like, we would start to resent each other because we can't be real with each other. And so, like, I feel like that's where a lot of this resentment with these people comes from is because if they were just fucking real with each other, they would draw the people that are for them in and everything would be fine. But because they're so focused on numbers and amounts and quantity,
being popular, like honestly, like
quantity over quality is not the way to go.
Instagram has become like the popularity contest that we were in when we were in high school, and a lot of people probably don't want to admit that because it goes against the narrative that they're trying to preach on their platforms. But it's true. Y'all are just bullying each other.
Yeah.
And like you just exposed it. not in a nice way, I will say again, but like it just, you know, the amount of people that went into your DMs, but then I see still commenting and liking her stuff, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like,
I honestly,
I feel sorry for
I wonder
Candace
why
now.
you're riddled with anxiety and all these fucking issues.
Yeah,
like
I just, be real, man. Just be real. Like, and that's another thing. Like, criticism isn't bullying. And if you think criticism is bullying, then you got a whole nother problem on your plate.
and if you don't want criticism, like, and I'm not saying, and like,
be private then.
be private, like, and it is one of those things, like, it is, like, I personally don't care, like, I know you're a little bit different, but, like, I
get
care,
so
like,
uppity, yeah.
you get uppity, and, like, and it'll come with time, like, the more I learn about myself and the more healing I do, the more it's, like, I can't be bothered if I'm being triggered by you, I'm just gonna unfollow you, and you know what, like, since I've started doing that, like, my life has been, like, I'm not filling my life with petty nonsense anymore, you know? Like, I'm following the pages that I get good information from. I follow the pages that make me happy. You know, like, holistic pages and stuff like that.
Information.
And that's not to say, like, obviously I'm not an idiot and I don't take everything that I learn off Instagram to heart, and I fact-checked myself instead of, you know.
Yeah.
Because, like, literally, you can't even hardly say anything on, like, you won't even be talking about the vid, and they'll censor your ass. And it's like, we're not talking about it. Like, why are you putting up this, like,
I know.
information
It's like
check?
if you even make a meme that even points to it at all, you're like, nah. They're like, nah.
Not
Like,
even. Like,
yeah.
you can literally be talking about something completely innocent, but if it has any of, like, their trigger words, flagged.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
what's up with that?
Yeah.
Like, where's, like, let's stop censoring our rights.
Yeah. And because in our own, like, social circles, we're censoring each other by blocking each other when we get the smallest amount of criticism. And then you look at the government is censoring anyone that has the least bit of criticism about them. Like, hello, do you not see, like, where this is going? It's going to a fucking psychotic state of, like, one-track thinking and, like,
Everybody, yeah, and it honestly, like, with everything happening in the world and everything kind of just starting to unfold itself, honestly, like, I was thinking about it, and it's literally a war on humanity. On humanity.
Yeah, because
Like,
if we can't treat each other like humans and have normal discourse and you know, like, man, because, like, it would be like that, you know what I mean? Like, this whole, like, you have to agree with everything I believe socially and politically is so toxic to our humanity. Like, anyway, this has gotten really long. Thanks, everyone, for sticking around. You probably were like, I'm just going to watch this 20-minute podcast. I'll be right back. And now someone's mad at you because you're not there. But, yeah. And, yeah, we're with you, Jen. We're with you. And Cindy. Thanks, everyone, for being here. And, yeah, that's it, I guess, right? It's weird because we're live, and so it's like...
I'm just sitting here awkwardly, like...
You hang up. No, you hang up.
No, you hang up.
No, you hang up.
It's your turn. Hang up.
You hang up.
Bye.
Bye. I don't know how to turn it off.
Now we're awkward.
And,
Did you save it?
Download video?
Yeah.
Save?
Save it, yeah.
Should I just do this?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I'll just do this. Yeah, it's just there.
I missed, like...